It's honestly funny that things that we were speculating on back in 2023 is all now being confirmed. And it's quite comical that a lot of people back then thought that this wasn't ongoing, that this wasn't the case. And now we know for 100% fact that this is still an ongoing problem, and it is still a very large issue for crypto. And we're talking about the entire industry. It's not just XRP. It's not just, specific projects, but it's a big problem for the entire industry. And in this video, I am going to be talking about it. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. Let's take a quick look at this post, because this was the post that I outlined back in March that confirmed that Wells Fargo debanked an individual that was a client for 26 years. They debanked him without any explanation. Checking, savings, credit card, personal line, nonprofit, business accounts, you name it, all completely debanked. Now, he hasn't used any of his personal accounts for crypto purchases since 2018, and he always does things by the books. Now, the big issue that with all of this is they are debanking anyone that is essentially tied back to crypto. Even within this, they don't give him any explanation at all. But he says, I suspect that it's because my name was all over the Opolis accounts that were also closed last year due to crypto affiliation, although we were told it was some other BS reason. I understand that private businesses can choose their customers and refuse service to whom they like, but that doesn't stop me from speaking out against their shady, dishonest practices. People in America should have a right to transact. Wells says I don't have this right with them because of some reason too spicy to even tell me. And when I call to ask, I was treated like a criminal. Now, listen, this is an ongoing issue around crypto. I've been talking about it. I've been very outspoken behind, these issues, because you got to remember that the crypto industry runs off of liquidity provided by bank accounts as well. Listen, when you go and buy and sell crypto, a lot of people are buying crypto through their bank accounts, through, cards tied back to their bank accounts. Or when they're selling it and they're withdrawing it back to their bank accounts. So this is a serious issue, especially if it is all tied back to anything that is crypto affiliated. And by the way, a lot of this is coming from individuals like Brad Sherman. You guys remember this video from May of 2023? This is right after, the major bank collapses, which, by the way, were confirmed because they were tied back to crypto. They were forced to shut down, actually. And this is because of Operation Choke Point 2.0. But this is Brad Sherman saying crypto bros made over $1 trillion out of thin air. They'll accuse the U.S. government of making money out of thin air. Maybe we do, but we're the U.S. government. Check this out.
Crypto bros make money literally by making money, and they've made over $1 trillion out of thin air. They'll accuse the U.S. government of making money out of thin air. Maybe we do, but we're the U.S. government.
So, yeah, because they're the U.S. government, they could do this. Remember, this is like right after Janet Yellen said that she wants to target $50 trillion in U.S. debt by 2030. Zero answer on who's going to be purchasing that debt, by the way. But I find this funny. Now, also, here we have June of 2023. I hope this is the end of crypto in America. Brad Sherman, again.
Is this the end of crypto in America?
Hope so, don't think so. But
you hope so?
Yes.
Why?
Well, this is an investment network, and people might say, hey, it could go up, it could go down. The question is it good for America? And the answer is no.
So it's not good for Americans at all. But being locked in, to the banking industry that is running on a complete monopoly system and fiat currencies, right? That's totally fine. It's quite comical on how these individuals think, but it doesn't surprise me because remember, we also exposed Brad Sherman for who he actually is. He's tied right back to the Bankers Association, the American Bankers Association, right? Tied back to some very large banks, financial institutions. Almost all of his donations were coming from these big players. So he is a pro banker. He's backed by the big banks. So what do you think he's going to say about crypto? And what's funny about all of this is, again, you might speculate, oh, well, we don't know for certain if, these bank accounts are getting debanked because of crypto affiliation. Brad Garlinghouse literally confirmed this just the other day. Ripple CEO explains Operation Choke Point 2.0. People in the crypto industry are being debanked. I personally have been debanked. I had an account for 25 years. This is actually with Citi. They said you have 5 days to move your money because you're a notable person in crypto. What are your thoughts on banks removing prominent people in the crypto industry? Check this out.
Choke Point 2.0 is the crypto industry, and individuals within the crypto industry are being debanked. I personally have been debanked. I got a call not that long ago from one of the major banking institutions I'd had an account with for 25 years, and they said you have 5 days to move your money. Why? And they were actually super honest. They're like, look, you are a notable person in crypto, and having notable people with crypto and banking the crypto industry means more scrutiny from federal regulators. So we don't want it. Now, that's not legal, but it's also like, okay, fine. There's other banks that'll bank me. But imagine if you extrapolate that out and more banks, if I actually was cut off the banking system for the sole reason that I'm the CEO of Ripple. That is a hostile administration, and I think no matter what happens in this next election, we will have a reset. We can debate the magnitude of that reset, and there's lots of disagreement about that. Obviously, Trump came out early and very aggressively in a pro-crypto and said he's the crypto president. Kamala and Team Harris have been more nuanced. This week, I think it was this week, they had some of the most constructive things they have said publicly. But look, I do think, Kamala Harris is from Silicon Valley. I think she has generally been pro-technology over the years. She has been relatively quiet on the topic. But I think no matter what happens, we're going to see a reset. We're going to see forward progress. And I certainly am looking forward to that.
And yeah, listen, as we really think about this, if someone like Brad Garlinghouse is getting debanked because he's a prominent individual in crypto, think about what that means for you and or me, right? Like, this is an ongoing issue, and it's all being pushed by these pro bankers. These pro bankers are also the ones that are pushing for this. They want the crypto industry to be choked off. They want liquidity to be choked off because they want to give all that control to players like BlackRock, for an example. They want BlackRock to be the main custodian for Bitcoin. They want to be able to control Bitcoin, which means they can control the market. This is an ongoing issue. And also over here, we have Brad Garlinghouse explains why he endorsed John Deaton for Senate. I did endorse John Deaton yesterday. Senator Elizabeth Warren has led a reign of terror on this new technology, and Brad likened her anti-crypto army to being anti-email in the early 2000s. Check it out.
So you are wearing a purple tie, so you're not here to make any endorsements?
I did endorse John Deaton yesterday.
Saw that.
I'd already given money to him. So, but look, Elizabeth Warren, I think, has been the most destructive towards this. I mean, she has a webpage on her campaign that says, I'm building an anti-crypto army. It's like, okay, I'm against the technology. I've made the joke before, like, why would somebody be against a technology? It's like saying, I'm against email, but you're for email. It doesn't make sense. Like, you could say I'm against how crypto is being used, or I'm against something, but like, to be against a technology, like technologies inherently are just neutral technologies. They can be used in lots of different ways. So I don't get that. And I think that the citizens of Massachusetts deserve better than somebody who, by the way, she won't take meetings with the industry either. Like, at least learn, at least be willing to engage and have a dialogue. So I think we all, as citizens of the United States, deserve better.
And what would
So, yeah, I mean, listen, as we really think about individuals like Elizabeth Warren as well, guess what she has in common with Brad Sherman? She's also a pro banker. She loves the big banks. But also remember what this is all about. Okay, let's go over here. Elizabeth Warren says there's a new threat out there. It's crypto, and we can't allow that to continue.
There's a new threat out there. It's crypto, and it is being used for terrorist financing. It is being used for drug trafficking. North Korea is using it to pay for about half of its nuclear weapons program. We can't allow that to continue.
So wait, if crypto is such this, big threat, what does that make fiat currencies that have been utilized for, warfare funding, drug financing. We could go on and on and on and list all of these things. But, oh, it's crypto. Because again, you got to remember, her and her pro bankers and, you know, the big players, they can't control it. Over here, we have TikTok. Who was pulling the strings behind the Operation Choke Point 3.0? Again, I call it 2.0. A legal survey. Take one guess. In April of 2023, Senator Warren bullied SEC Granholm in front of Congress and the American people to weaponize the EIA against the Bitcoin mining industry. Today, we won. Check it out.
So by the end of this year, you will have a report on mandatory reporting,
We'll have.
I want to make sure I know what we're getting.
We'll
and
have
when.
a report that will have gathered, not fully, but enough information to be able to craft the framework for the survey. So we won't be able to get the survey out, the mandatory survey, by the end of this year, but we will have the report done and the survey will be constructed from that.
Okay, and we are certain we're going to get that mandatory survey out then sometime in 2024?
I hope so, but I don't want to.
TikTok.
I know.
Okay, I mean, look, we're running out of time here. Crypto mining's energy use truly undermines our efforts to fight climate change, and we are out of time. We need to understand the full scope of the problem, and that starts with the authorities you have. So I hope that the next time we come back, you will tell me that you now have that survey in place, and we are getting mandatory reporting from the crypto mining companies.
I hope so too.
Going to hold you to it. Thank you.
So, again, this is all about accelerating the push against crypto, trying to attack it from all fronts. And why is this? Why is Elizabeth Warren pushing this? Why is Brad Sherman talking about how he wants the crypto industry to die in America? Why is this? Truth revealed. Warren's orchestration of Operation Choke Point 2.0 through her control over the Biden administration's financial services appointees is really about rolling out a U.S. CBDC. This has been an open secret in DC since January, but it's not a secret anymore. And check this video clip out.
Not that banks do wrong. If you think we could improve that in a digital world, the answer is sure you could. But in that case, let's do a central bank digital currency.
Are you there?
Oh, for a central bank digital currency? Yeah. Yes. I think it's time for us to move in that
essentially, because the thing is, when you look at every piece of paper currency we issue, not with coins, but every paper currency has its own identity. Mm-hmm. So essentially, we're prepared for the blockchain now with currency. Should that be how we build this?
So I think of it as, again, what's the problem you're trying to solve? And if the problem you're trying to solve is fast, almost frictionless ability to send money across the country, do it rapidly, send it around the world, be able to send it to your cousins in Argentina. If that's what you're trying to solve, a central bank digital currency does that. And you don't really need a stable coin for that. You've already got a dollar denominated. You don't really need a Bitcoin to be able to do that. So then the question becomes, so what is it that the Bitcoin, what problem is it solving for? And now we get into a very different space.
So there we have it, right? The overall focus here is that, they want a CBDC. And even right now, as we really look at what happened in just the last 10 months, control around crypto has been given up. It's been given up to Wall Street. And they want this. They love this, actually. Because now that BlackRock has control, Fidelity has control, Wall Street has control, we're now starting to see this industry taken hostage by these players that actually want a CBDC. They want this to become a reality. They want control over, finance. They want control over this industry. They want to be able to do what they want with this industry. And that's exactly what's happening right now. And this is all because of Operation Choke Point 2.0. All of this has been, to weaponize these organizations, these politicians, to attack this space from all fronts, to push their agenda and be able to continue to push their agenda, but also to enrich themselves as well along the way. This is a very big problem. And I'm not too sure if a reset's going to save this industry. I think the big thing and the big focus right now that everyone should be looking into is how to prepare for this. And the best way to prepare for this is to own hard assets. Make sure that you are, trying to be self-sustainable, growing your own crops, things like that. Trying to at least get away from the system as much as you possibly can. Because not being reliant upon what the government does and what the government provides, or, going to, all these places to get all of your, crops and stuff, being able to be self-sufficient is such a big game changer, because they want this CBDC, and we're going to start to see everything go digital around us, and they're going to start to, control things. At first, it's going to be in small ways, then it's going to be in much larger ways, and just going to continue to blossom and blossom and blossom into a much bigger picture. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.